Oh, we're live.
We are.
Welcome to the Worst Golf Podcast. Everybody wants to be the best. We strive to be the worst. When a bad take is necessary, we'll be here to share it with you. The funniest thing is I just asked Morgan beforehand, what the hell do I say again?
Yeah.
Because I forgot.
And I said it backwards, but you
it's
figured
been
it
a couple
out.
weeks. We are back. Better than ever, maybe. Kind of broken, but we're here.
We're here.
It's working, we think.
We think. Can you guys hear us?
If everybody can
So
hear
is a
us.
question. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We have a lot to cover this week because
Yes.
there's a shit ton going on right now.
Mhm.
Let's start out with the last week I've been at Dormy Club.
Mhm. I'm listening to you.
Yep.
I'm just
You
looking.
can pay attention to the comments.
They can hear us.
Welcome everybody who's joining us and chatting away in the chat. Chatting away in the chat. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
a better way to say that.
Oh,
Really?
in case anybody
this-
was wondering, that was Arrow's medicine time.
And we've started out terrible already.
That's all right.
Last week I was at Dormy Club with some THPers
Mhm.
and Scott from True Temper, True Sports,
Yes.
Project X.
I know there's a lot.
Yeah,
of
there's a lot of
names.
brands there.
Yeah.
But we did a really cool thing with fittings where Don Brown, who everybody on our forum
Everybody
kind of knows
yeah.
Don Brown. He's a brilliant shaft designer. Picked some shafts for the guys, painted them all black. And
Which is
they went through
awesome.
a fitting
I loved it.
not knowing what was what. And it was really cool. And then they got to take those shafts and immediately put them into play
Mhm.
on the course and play a ton of golf. And then also kind of get something after the fact, which is they're getting a custom 1 of 4 shaft that's going to be
Mhm.
sent to them based on the shaft they got fit to.
Yeah. I thought the whole thing was really cool.
Yeah. So it was really cool. We had a ton of fun. Dormy Club was playing great. Greens were a little slower than I'm normally used to, which is probably normal speed for most people.
Did they get a lot of rain?
No, they just had a real big heat and then a little bit of rain and then heat, and they didn't want to dry them out. Or they didn't want to, create any issues coming up because there's a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah.
And but they were playing great and the course was in great shape. All around, just a fun time.
It looked like it was definitely fun to follow along. By the way, real quick, you need to explain your shirt because people are confused.
I was going to explain it coming up
Oh,
here.
okay. Sorry. Never mind.
So, you're jumping ahead of our list, Morgan.
Sorry. Hold tight.
Jumping right into this, though, a THPer asked about fitting, and I thought that was kind of a nice little segue from coming from the fitting event, which is, are people benefit better from a low handicap or a high handicap in terms of fitting? Like, who gets more out of it?
It's a good question. Really good question. I think.
Really think part of it is you should take handicap out of the equation and work with what you have. Now, the general thought process is, I don't have a repeatable swing,
That's what I was gonna say.
therefore I can't be fit. And people should really take that out of their mind, because while you might not think you have a repeatable swing, or you might spray the ball in a lot of different directions, your tendencies, i.e. your swing,
Right.
are very similar.
Right.
So at your transition or the way you take it away, things like that, you could find much help quicker.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, people get the gist of it.
Okay.
You won't be fighting something as you improve. Now,
Right.
Granted, that could mean as you improve, your swing changes to a degree that you might want to be refit. It's not as common as people think. I believe fitting can help you anytime you're changing clubs, because every club is different, but it's not as common as you think. Your natural tendencies are still your natural tendencies. Now, the different side of that is the low handicapper might see a difference in data that's a little more repeatable. Like they may be able to go to a lower spin driver head or change loft or length and things, and it might drastically change the data right away. But with the way they play the game, they can also have a repeatability regardless of what equipment is put in their hand. And what I mean by that is their body will naturally adjust quicker to things that aren't a perfect fit compared to the other person. So I don't really think one is better for the other. I think it can be helpful for everybody. I'm not you must go get fit if you're going to buy equipment. I think people should play whatever they want. But if you're asking, or if this person was asking, who's going to get the most benefit out of it, it's impossible to say. And I think if I had to say something, I would probably say the higher handicap if I had to.
I think I would agree with you, but yeah, it's obviously dependent upon the person too.
Switching gears, and I'm going to jump right into the t-shirts, since somebody was asking.
No, a lot of people were asking.
Yeah, my t-shirt this week is, and can you switch the camera so they can get a better view of it?
Sorry.
I think they get a better view of it. You can see it's a shrimp done with kind of animal print.
The Jags.
Jags.
Yeah.
So locally here, in Jacksonville, the minor league baseball team, which is the AAA affiliate for the Florida Marlins,
Correct.
Miami Marlins,
Miami Marlins,
is the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp.
yes, which is a great name.
And it's Jag season, NFL, for the Jacksonville Jags. So a local restaurant to us.
Yes, which we don't actually know how to say their name.
Yeah, it's either Timody's or
Timothy's.
Timothy's.
We're
We
still
have
not
no
sure.
idea. It's really good, though.
It is.
They put these out together, which is the Jumbo Shrimp with the Jags theme. And
I think it's actually technically their logo.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think it's technically their shrimp logo, but it kind of works with the Jumbo Shrimp. It is technically theirs. I saw somebody in the comments say crawjag. No, this is not New Orleans.
Yeah,
it's not crawfish.
A few people said like crawdaddy, and like they were all kind of
no, but that's it.
Bubba Gump goes to Jacksonville,
and I love it. Yeah. I might wear it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
I have one
not.
too in white.
Probably not, but I do really like it.
Well, our superstitions say that we have to.
Well, yeah,
we wore them yesterday.
Just last night. After showering, I put that out.
Yeah. And both of our teams won, our baseball teams won. So, now you have to go with that.
We were on a little roll there where she was wearing the same t-shirt every night for 5 days because
he wouldn't let me.
The Marlins won every day.
He made me wear it every day. It's like, just at night, just for the game, you have to wear this t-shirt.
Yeah. And then you're not allowed to wash it.
Then it failed us.
Yeah, it did fail us.
Yeah.
I am off in a couple of days, heading back to Dormy Club.
Yes.
This was not the best scheduling, but we had a change in the middle there.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Was supposed to work where I was back to back there. It didn't. But I'm going back for the Titleist event.
Yes.
And right outside the door behind me, I have a shit ton of boxes.
Yes. Yeah, it's kind of a hot mess.
I mean, it is ridiculous. Yeah. I'm going to be posting something on social media later with just kind of the amount of boxes that are being loaded up to take this.
Yeah.
Take to Dormy Club, but we have new irons for everybody. We got some killer swag for everybody. Don't actually know what's in the boxes and what they sent, but I'm going to find out today.
Soon.
They normally do it right, and the guys are going to love it. They get to play with Josh Talge.
Yes.
Who
I'm reading comments again.
Senior VP of marketing on the club side with Marnie Inez, who, if people listen to Off Course, they've heard Marnie. Marnie is a legend in R&D in Carlsbad. He heads up iron design for Titleist. And then Jacqueline Duncan, who was a returnee from last year's event.
She was there last year. And
she works in marketing. She's fantastic.
Yeah, all the guys are familiar with her because she set up all their fittings.
Yeah, she's great. And we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And Dormy Club, again, is ready for us. We planned out some killer meals. Well, you planned out some killer meals. And then I come back, and then I immediately go back again.
That is correct. I think you're home for about a week.
Maybe a little less, like 5 days.
Something like that.
And then we go back again for the Morgan Cup.
Yes.
And it's not normally where we do events at the same course. Like, that's just not what we do. It just kind of happened this year.
Because they were planned at different times.
Yeah, they were. And they were planned possibly even different dates.
Yeah, that's true.
They changed.
That's
but
true.
The Morgan Cup is here.
It is.
And that is with Cobra Golf and Puma Golf and Jose Miraflor and Mike Gagley. And I want to give a shout out to Kelly. Don't worry, she's not listening or watching, but she has been absolutely amazing in this, getting everything together for the guys.
Yeah, someone's got to keep everyone organized.
Yeah, and she is doing a great job at it. I think they're raring to go. Pairings were submitted to you today.
Yes, they were.
Those have been put together. They will be announced this afternoon on the forum.
Done randomly.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I have this little nervous energy, not nervous about the actual golf, but energy about the event and getting it here.
You've been like that the last couple of days too, which is interesting.
I think it's because it's finally here. This is a long buildup.
It's a really long buildup. It's a year.
Yeah, it really is. And we have no idea if it's coming back. It could be the last one. May not be. I haven't decided. They haven't decided. We're going to talk to them about it and see what we think is best.
Yeah.
But we're excited, and those pairings are coming out today after the show. Maybe I'll take care of some data to deal with first. And then
but they'll come out.
They'll be out.
And I think, did Jeremy already post his?
He posted his pairings, and Parrot posted his.
Okay,
so everybody knows who's on each other's teams. We just don't know who we're playing yet. And I know. I want to know who I'm playing. Do you want to tell me?
Nope.
Oh, okay. But I will find out before everybody else because I'm the one that's going to type it up. So
okay.
I'll find out 5 minutes before everybody else.
And by that, you mean copy and paste what I sent you.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it. Exactly.
We got it.
There was a team that Jeremy put together of Little Rat, who is Jose Miraflor.
Right.
That's his nickname.
Yeah.
And
I actually got a text from him like 2 or 3 days ago, and he's like, "Okay, it's that time of year. What's my login credentials?"
And then JW Wong, I think the numbers are 10 at the end.
Yes.
And there's no question that team is called Little Wong. There's zero doubt that they are now and forever will be known as Little Wong.
Oh, jeez.
I don't want to have to play them though. That's going to be a good pairing.
Jose has been struggling.
Yeah, he has. He's had some stuff he's dealt with this year, and we can't wait to see him. He's just a great guy and wonderful for this event. We say, like, our guys love the guys that we do the events with love the events.
Yeah,
they do. It's not always easy for them. It's travel and everything else and organizing the swag and getting all that stuff together. It's difficult. But
wait, this is a good one. Sorry, go ahead. Big Dill just said, whoever is playing, I gotta go over here because I went playing Big Dill and Bernoulli, be prepared to be subpoenaed on the first tee. They're both attorneys.
Yeah,
that's hysterical.
But they love this event, and Mike and Jose openly talk that this is their favorite weekend of the year, and it's sincere when they say
they're not blowing smoke.
And so we're really excited about doing this. We're excited about doing it at Dormy Club. We're literally planning the meals as we speak. We were emailing Dormy Club back and forth right before we hit
2 minutes before we came live.
Yeah, so we're excited about it, but stay tuned for the pairings. Those are coming up today, and then the shit talking can begin because it's already been going on.
Exactly.
I mean, for the ones that are around anyway. Just kidding. Maybe.
Okay.
Somebody asked about the first tee at THP Experiences, and I thought that was no better segue than the Morgan Cup because it's probably the hardest of the first tees.
Yeah. Rule number 1.
Yeah.
Hold the pose.
Yeah, hold the pose. Someone's taking a picture of you. They can't see the ball. Yeah. Hold the pose.
Doesn't matter what happened. Hold the pose.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. But the biggest thing is like you're supposed to have nerves. If you didn't have any nerves on the first tee and hitting in front of a bunch of people with thousands of people following along, you're probably a serial killer.
Yeah.
You know, the old adage, at the first meal, look around the room.
Oh, you said this before.
And if you don't see the weirdo, it means you're the weirdo. Normally that's me.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that. This one with the first tee, it's a pretty large group. We have one event that's larger, people size. But
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but some pretty good crap talkers.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about that. And if you've never been to a THP event or never done it, it's okay to be nervous on the first tee.
You should be.
There's no shot you're going to hit that we haven't seen before. I can say that. We've seen backwards. We've seen sideways into a bush. We've seen it all.
Yeah, we've seen whiffs.
Yeah, we have seen one whiff.
Yeah.
But this one, the nervous energy is going to be there. I really hope I'm going out first. I just prefer to get it out of the way and go. And to be honest, going out first means not having to play behind THPers, and they're not exactly quick.
And you like to make sure people know that.
Well, yeah, they need to know it.
No, actually, it's true. We've had some, like, you can't be 2 holes behind. Like, if you're 2 holes behind, I don't care what's happening. Pick the freaking ball up and move.
Yeah,
that's
happens.
Too much.
And you know, I give people a hard time about it on the forum, and a lot of it is about jokes. But the truth is I can't remember the last time we held an event where a course didn't say,
well, exactly.
You guys are safe.
Yeah, like we joke about it, like you said, but in all sincerity, like it's a matter of being like courteous to the other people on the course.
So yeah, I mean. In a perfect world, we'd love to rent out an entire facility and host these, but
that's not happening.
It's going to be a little pricey.
Yeah, some dormy events have been close to that, but where there's just not been anybody out there during that time of year.
This one, there'll be a few other golfers, as we found out, but not a big deal. We're excited about it, and we can't wait. But if you're not nervous on the first tee, there's something wrong with you.
Agreed.
Go ahead.
Real quick, that's not a new guitar.
Did somebody ask again?
Yes.
Is it the same person?
I don't remember who asked it, but no, it's not.
Templeton asked last week in the chat.
I don't think that's who asked it.
No, it's been there since the very first episode.
Yes, that is correct.
THPer question, when you go to a pro shop, what's one item? If you were stuck buying only one item, what would you buy?
Well, for me, it's a hat. I always buy a hat, which is so funny because I've used to never be a hat person.
The irony being the first item I buy is usually a hat for you.
Yeah. You usually send me a text with pictures, which color.
Yeah. So if I'm buying only one item, it really depends on the pro shop and the logo, but typically I'm the polo shirt guy.
Yeah.
And I'll go a step further. Need to have the logo on the chest.
I agree.
I have a couple on the sleeve. There's nothing wrong with the sleeve, but outside of me seeing it when it's hanging in my closet, I never realized that that's it.
Yeah.
And I want the logo to bring back the memory of the place and of the event.
Oh, that's actually kind of interesting. I didn't think about it like that, but yeah, that's a good idea.
If it's my home course, that's fine on the sleeve, but like an event or something like that, or a dormy property, I usually like it on the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the trinkets, the ball markers, things like that. I know a lot of people are.
Yeah.
I have one. I use it. I have another one from Evolve. Those are the two I use, and that's it.
Yeah, I get that. They're small. They're easy to take back if you're traveling.
But in another perfect segue, because I'm full of those this week,
Yes.
that question was asked from a THPer who actually sent in a gift to us.
Oh, yes. This is
and
like the coolest
to show
gift.
this off. You can kind of see it here. The glare is not great. You want to switch to this one?
Yeah.
Bigger camera. You can see like kind of the red light in the camera behind us there. That is Scott Hansen from the NFL Network.
Yes.
Red
7
Zone
hours.
channel. Autographed. Do you call them football cards? I don't know what you would call this.
Trading cards.
Trading cards. And this was sent in by X-Store as a thank you present. I don't know exactly what we did for him.
I don't either.
Nor do I care. It was very nice.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's
this is
so
going
cool.
to find a spot probably hanging next to the guitar that just appeared this week, evidently, or go on one of the shelves.
Yes.
But it's awesome, and we're super excited to have it. Thank you so
really
much.
Cool.
We were talking about pro shops and items, and we've talked about this on our forum before, but not necessarily on the show. What do you do when you go to an amazing course and you have the memories and the logo sucks?
This is such a good question.
So I have two of them that popped to mind. One, we did an event at Coeur d'Alene, and their logo of the golf course looks like it was made in Microsoft Paint in '98. It like clip art little island hole. It's awful.
So bad.
The font is terrible. Everything about it is bad. So for me, I found something kind of unique from there instead. I want to say I bought a cup from there, and it just had the words Coeur d'Alene on it.
Yeah.
The other one it does it is TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah.
Like the players logo is decent if you can kind of see that there, but it's still it's just bad.
Yeah.
It's not good. And I didn't buy anything when I was there.
No.
And that kind of sucks, but they are local. They're 10 minutes away from us, so not a huge deal. But what do people do? Like when you're Belt's not bad. Maybe if it just has the name of it.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good idea. But I always ask, like, when we went to Coeur d'Alene, one of the things, there were two things. Number one, the logo sucks. Number two, everything in their pro shop was really logoed out, meaning it was all like Under Armour and Nike and Adidas.
Oh, I hate that.
Then you have two logos.
I hate that.
Bring me to something where it's got brands that aren't strong on the logos already, so I can just have the course logo.
Could you imagine having a original penguin with the giant penguin, Pete, right?
Yeah,
Pete, and then also having like the logo?
Yeah, that would be a lot.
That would be a lot.
It would be a lot to deal with. But
great stuff. Just that would be a lot.
Belt would be a tough one or a good one to go with.
Yeah.
And going right from that, somebody asked, "What's the best pro shop at the Dormy Network?"
All you.
And I've been to all of them. And I've answered this before, and I still don't know. So on one hand, the Dormy Club has the largest pro shop. And everything is Dormy Club logo. On the other hand, when you go to the other clubs, they have their own logo, Ballyhack or one of those, but they also have the Dormy Network logo, which is also the Dormy Club. So it's 50-50. So you can buy two things.
Right.
And you can I'm one of those people, you have to play the course to wear it.
Yeah.
So
does that make me like a poser and
a little bit, but you pay the bill for it. So
true.
There is that.
Okay.
So part of me leans Dormy Club. Part of me leans Ballyhack, because Ballyhack is also a very large one. I liked the Arbor Links one.
I liked the Arbor Links one.
And I really liked the Arbor Links logo with the tree.
Yeah.
I liked Briggs Ranch. It's not my favorite of the logos with the BR, but it's a really cool pro shop. Hidden Creeks is really small for what it is. Still good selection, things like that, but it was a little smaller. Victoria National was probably the smallest of the ones.
I don't remember what their logo is.
And they are my least favorite logo.
I don't remember what that one is.
I have a shirt. I'll show it to you after the show. But so they're all really good, and I'm a big fan of when you visit a course like that, getting something, to remember not just the course, but the trip.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And their logos are very nondescript. There's not big block font or anything, unless you get the hack shirt or one of those.
Right.
Where so it's kind of a, if you know, you know. I was going to say the letters, but I had them all backwards in my head.
That's all right.
So, if you have the Arbor Lynx logo, for instance, with the little piece of a tree,
Yeah.
it's like, if you know, you know. If you
Right.
don't, you're not going to see it.
Exactly. Like the Ballyhack ones that I have with the goat on
Yeah.
them. I love those.
Yeah, it's just a cool little logo. And so that's my thing. And I'm a big Pro Shop guy. So
Yeah.
it's kind of all I wear other than
Actually,
these t-shirts.
This is this is totally off the subject, but I was walking Air the other day and I had on a shirt or a hat. And it was a Cleveland hat. It was
Cleveland Golf.
Cleveland Golf. Yeah, exactly.
Not Ohio. Let's get that.
No,
straight.
well, no, but that's what that's the story.
Oh.
So this person walks up to me like, "Oh, you're from Cleveland." I'm like, "No, no, I'm not from Cleveland. I'm just wearing a hat." They didn't understand, and then I had to explain to them that Cleveland Golf, and they were like, "Are they in Cleveland?" I was like,
Nope.
No.
Person's name was Cleveland.
Exactly.
Is Cleveland. I mean, he's not deceased.
Right. I was like, no, person's name is Cleveland. It was a whole thing. Anyway, stupid, but I just felt like sharing.
So a lot of people are tuning in for the contest extravaganza.
Yes.
And we want to announce that Holiday Cheer is coming back this year.
Yes.
And people always ask, like, when's the right time to put out decorations or announce things for the holidays? I'm announcing it now, damn it.
I know. It's pretty early.
I know, but I've been doing the work on it. So I'm announcing it.
Okay.
What should we give away?
That's a good question. You put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe driver.
People do like to hit it further.
People seem to like drivers.
Yeah.
Distance is king, right?
Yeah, we'll do a driver.
Okay.
We're going to do a golden ticket.
Oh, I do like the golden ticket.
Yeah, people love the golden ticket.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a week-long extravaganza.
Yep.
New prize.
12 golden tickets.
New prize every day. Absolutely not.
No.
But yeah, we are going to have a golden ticket. We're going to have a new prize every day. You're going to be able to enter for the entire week. We're going to change it this year. In the years past, it was enter that day or maybe a couple of days, and then you can do it. This one, you're going to be able to enter all week long for all of them. And then the following week, we will announce winners.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
It'll be right around the beginning of December. And we have killer prizes lined up. And we'll do a driver because you asked for it.
Thanks.
Does that sound good?
And you're welcome.
Speaking of golden tickets,
yes.
Next week the Granddaddy's final contest goes up.
Yes, which golden ticket you cannot use for that.
No.
Just throwing that out there now.
And we don't even know if the Granddaddy's coming back.
That's true. That's also true. But in years past,
yes,
you could not use
the Granddaddy. We've done them where you could do anything. We've done them where no Granddaddy. We've done them no Granddaddy or Shaft Up because it's a free event.
Right.
But yeah, Granddaddy will not be included in it. But yes, the final contest goes next week.
Yes.
And this team is different. Every time you stroll into the thread, they're talking about feet.
Okay, feet are gross.
Yeah.
Feet are like super gross. Like no.
Yeah.
No feet.
Exactly.
No.
It's super weird. Every single time you venture in there.
Yeah.
No. Or somebody saying that they found out somebody had dick pics of them. That's a real story. It was posted on our forum. I'm not making it up.
What is happening?
I don't know. Society as we know it is crumbling.
Oh, jeez. I like to live in my little bubble.
Speaking of feet.
Yes.
Where do you stand on flip-flops going out for a nice dinner?
For a nice dinner, that's a no.
Yeah. What about dudes wearing flip-flops?
I'm fine with it if you're going to the beach or if you're
going to the pool.
Yeah. Even if you're running like weekend errands and it's like summertime, that's okay. But to a nice dinner, that's a no. Yeah. That's a big no.
I get the question every event, and I'm not judging people. Listen, you do whatever you
no
want
judgment.
To do.
I just really
hate feet.
I
mean, I'm judging.
Well, you're judging. I'm not. I just think feet are absolutely disgusting. I don't even walk around barefoot in my own house.
I see somebody said Birkenstocks. Yes. No. This isn't. What are you, Peppermint Patty? No. Dude shouldn't wear those to begin with. Let's start with that.
Okay.
But
socks and flip-flops? No, it doesn't make it any better. That's weird.
What people from Ohio wear when they go to Disney World.
Speaking of Disney, can you believe there's a bear?
Yeah, there's a bear there.
Again, my brain does this a lot where I just go off on tangents.
Hey, look, squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. But anyhow.
But yeah, so I get the question a lot. Like, can you wear flip-flops while coming to dinner?
To the dinner.
Can you? Yeah. Should you? No.
You just did your question answer thing.
I know. But no.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't. I mean, you can, but don't. If you have closed-toed shoes,
it's kind of like the thing that we had to create a rule that said if you're coming to this nice dinner at a beautiful place, you have to shower before you get there. Like that shouldn't be a rule. It should just be common sense.
I'm going to say rule number 1, shower.
Yeah. I mean, we usually say if you don't shower, you don't have to, but you're paying for it.
Yeah. Rule number 2 is closed-toed shoes.
Yes. Yeah. Pretend you're going to a work site.
Yes. I remember that when we did the Project X thing years ago. where we went to, I think it was when we were in Mississippi. We had
Yeah.
to tell people, make sure you bring.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you in
let
they
you in
wouldn't let
the
you in the
facility.
place.
Yeah.
So people are writing like, I did flip flops at dinner, blah blah
They're
blah,
feeling
and
judged.
like yeah,
Yeah.
I absolutely judged you.
I'm not judging you.
I absolutely am.
I'm just sharing my preference.
But yeah, so if you ask, that's my answer. It doesn't mean you have to listen to me. It does mean I'm probably judging you. You know, but that, you know, listen, they're all judging me. It's good.
Everybody's judging everybody.
That's what the world is made
That's
of.
why you just can't give a crap.
That's a good point. We're in the middle of release season, as people have seen, lots of clubs. And we're getting ready to the big release season. Obviously, January is usually that time of year. And I'm not telling people there's a bunch of stuff coming out in January, but listen, if you go by the clock,
you're just saying,
as you go from fall to through the PGA show, you're going to see a lot of releases. Do you know what I'm looking forward to?
What?
I'm looking forward to two things the most about this.
Okay.
And you're already nervous about what I'm going to say.
A little bit.
Okay. I'm extremely looking forward to two individuals.
Okay.
First, the loft peeper.
Yes.
That no matter what iron is released, it's nothing more than bullshit and strong lofts, jacked lofts. Like that's all you'll hear.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait for that person.
Okay.
The second person, the Skyfister.
The Skyfister.
Oh, damn you!
The Skyfister.
Old man yells at clouds.
Yeah.
The same equipment's been out for 20 years. I just went and picked up this old driver from Played Against Sports, and I got the exact same distance I had before. Yeah, great. Go play that. Nobody's forced. Why does nobody get mad when new car models come out? Nobody gets mad when Smucker's releases a new jelly flavor. Nobody gets mad that
random.
I know, but it's the same thing. Is anybody who just saw the iPhone released super mad that, my God, they're releasing another iPhone?
Yes, there's a lot of people that are like,
they're not.
Yes,
they know it's coming every year.
I know, but they're still mad about it.
If you are mad that the new equipment is coming out, don't take up golf. It's going to come out every single year.
Or just don't pay attention to it.
Yeah. And the people who say, well, some companies release every 2 years. No, they don't. They just release every other year, meaning hybrids and fill in the blank. And they'll fill it with limited editions throughout here.
Yeah.
Every company is going to put out new equipment every single year. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You are not forced to buy it. But the whole thing of it's not better, couple things. It is better.
Obviously.
Doesn't mean it's better for you. But don't try to make somebody feel bad for being excited about their new equipment.
No. But
people should play whatever the hell they want to.
So don't judge there.
Yes.
Got it.
I will do the judging.
Okay. So, here's a question for you, though.
Yes.
Smuckers and
they came out with a new jelly recently.
They did?
I think.
You don't know.
Maybe. They could have.
You're just making this up.
They absolutely could have.
You're 100% making this up.
They absolutely could have made it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But it's the same thing. Like,
yeah.
I just went. We were in the grocery store. I went in.
God!
I went in to buy a soda in the golf
learned.
cart, and I came out with 2 bags of groceries filled with cookies.
Yes, lesson learned. And this is my fault because I don't know how to use Apple Pay, and we didn't have a wallet with us. And he said, "I really want a soda," and I said, "Well, Publix is right here." So he goes, "Will you go in for me?" And I said, "No, because I don't know how to use Apple Pay." So he was like, "Okay, I'll go." Next thing I know, he comes back out with bags of cookies, and
they're delicious, by the way.
I haven't tried it.
Caramel apple cake cookies. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
You can feel yourself getting fatter as you eat them.
I see them, and I'm actually not like enticed by them. I'm good.
Yeah, well, it's your mistake.
Oh.
It's one more for me though. But yeah, like don't get mad at somebody for being excited about their new gear. Nobody needs it's not better than mine.
No.
If you think that great, don't buy the new one.
Yeah. Enjoy
the club you have. Just like when it came out new, people were excited about that one. Don't shit on somebody's good time.
No.
That kind of goes into the next contest because we have another contest here.
Another contest
going on right now.
Right now.
For the Titleist experience.
Yes.
You get to predict what Jacqueline and I will shoot in a shamble first round. And if you do, there might be some really cool stuff you're going to win.
Can you share with people how well Jacqueline plays?
Yeah, she's a pretty good golfer.
Yeah.
I would
feel
say,
like that would be helpful.
Yeah, I would say I'm going off memory here.
No, she's a good golfer.
Yeah, I want to say she's like a 10 handicap, maybe a 11 or 12. I have, it's been a year.
Right.
I am not. I am a horrible golfer right now.
You're like a 22.
Let me share a story. Speaking of that, to give everybody my skill level currently.
Okay.
The last contest that we talked about before on the last show, I was playing with THPer Questions, host of Off Course, and we were playing a shamble, and you had to predict our score. and people were picking, if they picked really good scores, like, oh, they're going to shoot like 8 or 10 under, we were like, who do you think we are? And if they were picking, oh, they're not going to break par, we were like, who the hell do you think you are? Because we didn't know what we were going to do.
Right.
We get there, first 2 holes, birdie, birdie. And by that, I mean Dan made 2 birdies in a row.
Right.
Guess what we finished with?
What?
2 under. If you told me I shot a 140, I would have believed you.
You told me it was the worst golf you've ever played.
It's right up there. So I'm explaining to people how terrible I am. And then we're going out the next day, and I'm playing with, at the time, his forum name was Templeton. He has since changed it.
Yes.
But we'll say Templeton.
You guys are killing me with all these name changes, by the way.
I haven't changed my name. It's still JB.
Yeah, I haven't changed mine either.
And we go to the first 2 holes, and I hit like 2 really good shots. And he's like, this is effing bullshit. He didn't say that because I don't think he swears. But I'm never going to believe when you say you're not good anymore. He saw the rest of it, which is pretty bad. But yeah, so like I'm terrible currently. And
I like that you said currently. That means there's hope.
There's always hope.
Well,
if
I know.
there wasn't, I'd quit golf.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I like that.
Playing golf, where do people stand on that?
I don't know. Does it matter?
There's people who get really upset about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then let's get to the real story, which is it's fit, not fitted.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. It's totally
right.
Fit,
like it's
not
fit,
fitted.
not fitted.
I can't stand when people say fitted.
I know. I want to fix it every time somebody.
It's a peccadillo that bothers me.
Peccadillo? Yeah. Oh my gosh, where are you getting these words from?
From Smuckers.
That's
Big
true.
condiment
actually
fills my head with nonsense.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
But yeah, so you can predict what you think we're going to shoot. And if you win, you're going to get some similar swag to what the guys got going to this event. It's pretty awesome.
I agree.
So definitely make sure you do that. Let's jump over to your recipe of the week. I have a couple more things I want to discuss afterward.
All right, hold on. Let me switch to me. Is that me? Yeah. All right. So football season. It's in swing, right? Yep. Full swing.
And we're going to talk football after this recipe.
Okay. Well, anyhow, I figured let's do something buffalo. I made those buffalo wonton, cupcake wonton thingies or whatever you want to call them a couple days ago. Still delicious. If you have not made those, I highly recommend trying them. But anyhow, if you want to go for a different type of buffalo, how about a cheddar stuffed buffalo chicken meatloaf? Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's also delicious. It's literally a turkey or chicken meatloaf that you will stuff with cheddar cheese and cover in buffalo sauce. And it's pretty awesome. So that's my recipe. I'll have it up.
Really, really good.
Yeah. So I'll have that up on the forum. Just a little twist on something buffalo instead of like your plain old buffalo wings.
I'm going to backtrack. I need to rewind.
Rewind. Okay.
Yeah. I need to tell a little story of the final day of the Project X event.
Mm-hmm.
And a THPer who was forever now going to be dead to me.
Oh, geez.
So we're doing the pairings and somebody said, hey, you haven't played with JB. Why don't you go ahead and why don't we swap and you can play in his group? And you know what the THPer said? No, I'd rather play with Dan.
Okay. Not everybody has to like you.
Well, nobody likes me, but seriously? Like, come on. Yeah.
Maybe.
They're dead to me.
Who are you going to name?
Yeah. JBB, a bunch of numbers. He's dead to me.
He's dead to you now?
He's basically a sky fister.
Okay.
Yeah. He's dead to me.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So wanted to share that. He said basically that he chose a Canadian over an American.
Oh, was that the reason?
Probably.
You're just making this up.
No.
You've no idea.
That's really the truth. He's anti-American.
Defend yourself. I think if you're on, defend yourself. Yeah, you are on.
Yeah.
That's not what he said. He said, this is not what I said.
It's absolutely what he said.
Okay.
It's amazing when you have the power of the microphone. It's exactly what he said.
Oh, all right.
People were asking about the NFL.
Yeah.
This is your expertise.
Kind of.
So
I don't my fantasy team is saying otherwise, but go ahead.
Jump in and give people kind of your synopsis so far on the season and then maybe like top 5 power rank teams. We don't have to do top 5 power rank teams. Let's talk about your synopsis of the season. We saw a gruesome injury to Nick Chubb. I figured they had a good massage therapist on staff.
No, they're not allowed to have massage therapists on staff.
They could probably fix
facility.
that. Just rub some dirt on it. But I think that their quarterback has already used up all the massage therapists.
Yeah, no, they're not allowed to have them on that facility.
But here's a couple of things that I'm going to throw at you. Number one, like what's the biggest surprise team so far?
Biggest surprise team so far. Oof. Can it be good or bad?
Sure.
Either one?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say for me, The Saints, I really thought that Derek Carr was going to be better.
Yeah, they are.
That is
They
not.
are winning though.
They are, but it's ugly.
Yeah, it is ugly.
It's really, and I know they don't have Kamara, but it's kind of ugly.
Can I throw
know.
an "I told you so" moment out there?
Well, even if I said no, would you gonna do
Yeah,
it anyway?
absolutely.
Exactly. So go ahead.
Can I talk about the guy who stiffed me to go play with Dan?
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, the Bears are terrible.
Anthony Richardson. I told everybody, listen, the guy's going to be good from
Are
day
you
one.
sky fisting this
I'm
one?
sky fisting. I told everybody. They're like, no, he's a bust. J-Dax in the forum. Oh, we never beat LSU. Yeah,
He
LSU
played like 4 games.
Yeah, LSU has that chick on there who's doing all the players to get the good players to come there. She was busted. We found out. Yeah, that's a true story.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
No.
No offense to you LSU people, but I'm very anti-LSU.
But no, Anthony Richardson, there was no doubt he was going to be good from day one. He should have been the first pick in the draft. People were a little scared whether
It's
he would be ready
understandable.
for the week 1 in game 1. He was going to be ready. He is going to be so good long term.
Yeah,
he's still raw, but going to be so good long term.
I listened to you, and he's on my fantasy team. I have not played him yet, but he's on my fantasy team.
So another question though,
yeah,
like the Bears. Justin Fields was pumped up, and it was like, oh, he didn't have weapons, so they went out and got him weapons. Have you watched him play?
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's bad.
So I was watching ESPN NFL Live, and they had Dan Orlovsky, right? That's his name. And they had Dan on. Yep. And he was kind of going over Justin Fields and talking about him. And he basically said what you can kind of see is that like he can't read defenses and he can't make a quick decision. So like
other than that, he's perfect.
But other than that, he's great. So, and if they're trying to get him to not run as much.
Oh, also he can't throw the ball.
Well, he can throw it. It just doesn't go to the right place.
Right.
Because he's taking too long.
Yeah.
Look at Tua. Even Bill Belichick, right? Bill Belichick, who like never gives a compliment, said
except about Kirk Cousins. He's a big Kirk Cousins.
He is. And DeAndre Hopkins, actually.
Yeah, he loves DeAndre Hopkins.
He said, because they said during halftime, what are you guys going to do? And he said, honestly, our defense can't do much more in the sense that Tua releases the ball so fast.
Yeah.
That they're going to have to focus more on stopping the run because they just can't. He's too fast. So I don't know where I was going with that, but
yeah. So
I forgot what I was talking about.
The getting rid of the ball is so unique in the NFL now
Fields, because he can't do that.
In college now, with the rules in college, the guys have a lot of time to throw.
Yeah.
In the NFL, they don't. And what you see a lot of times, and that's one of the biggest things of make or break for an NFL quarterback when they come in.
Yeah.
If you look notoriously at certain schools, and I'm not saying this to throw Ohio State under the bus. I'm really not.
I knew you were going to say it.
You can go another school. USC is a similar thing.
I was just about to say USC.
But Carson Palmer kind of defeated that myth during his time. But when you look at a school like Ohio State, the quarterbacks have a long time to throw. And when they get to the NFL, they don't. And how they process that and learn to read the defenses is unique. I still believe that both he and Stroud can be successful. I think you're going to have to create something for them to make that happen. CJ Stroud processes faster than Fields.
Yes.
But I'll use another one. Kenny Pickett's the same way. People saw preseason, they're like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. He takes too long to process.
Yeah, it's interesting
and
too.
He's going to get killed.
He's getting killed.
Yeah.
The offensive line is not what they thought it was going to be. And
for what it's worth, there's another guy who takes a long time to process, but he's got an offensive line that can protect anybody, and that's Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
And because of that, and the quarterback before Jalen Hurts was Carson Wentz. He had all day back there. And then he goes, and what happens? The offensive line isn't as great as it was. He showed his true colors and he stunk.
Yeah. Well, I would say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not going to take that away from Rodgers. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best ever. He's a Hall of Famer. But you watched when he had an offensive line, or as Cynthia always says, O-line.
Yeah.
By the way, if you ever watch fantasy football live and you want to get wasted, play the take a drink every time Cynthia says O-line. You'll be wasted in 5 minutes. But when he had a really strong O-line, he could literally stand there for
Jalen Hurts is a really good test case on that because he's a guy who doesn't process real quickly, but he's everything you want your leader. He works hard.
Yeah, first guy in, last guy out.
He will get there, and their offensive line is amazing. So
Travis Kelce's kind of awesome. Or
Jason
Kelce.
But Travis Kelce, there's nothing awesome about Travis Kelce.
No, he's the worst. I can't stand him.
But so that's kind of my take. Now, give me a team or a player that's truly surprised you positively.
A team or a player? Oh, probably should have had an idea of what I was going to say. Yeah. Team. Okay. Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brock. Honestly, like I thought he was just sort of, he did well last year. It was an emotional thing, whatever. I really expected him to come and just be
Kind of fall
terrible.
flat.
Yeah. And I figured the defense would be good, but I wasn't really sure what was going to go on with that offense. And he's shocked me.
Yeah.
He really has. He's been way better, super calm, very poised, just commands the offense. Like, I don't know. Brock Purdy would be my guy.
So one player that didn't shock you, because you were talking about him before fantasy drafts, is Nakua for the Rams. And nobody else had even heard of him.
Oh, Puka. Yeah.
Nobody else had even heard of him. And you're like, listen, this guy's going to be...
He was sitting there on my sleeper
you
list.
hit the table with mics on him.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he was sitting on my sleeper list.
And you didn't take him. You ended up taking Van Jefferson. But you you were telling everybody around you, like, watch this guy, especially if Cooper Kupp's out. He is
because I did not trust Cooper Kupp's one of those guys. He's been hurt, and then you have the hamstring, and hamstrings are tricky, and they can last a long time. So I was like, yeah, I'm not even gonna go near Cooper Kupp. But what are my other options? The one that's really interesting is where's Cam Akers gonna go?
I don't know, but if earlier on, I would have said if I was a betting man, he was going to end up in Cleveland. Even before the injury.
That's my guess too.
Now I'm not sure. I think there's a couple of teams that could be in play there, including the Saints, even with Kamara coming back.
Yeah,
but I think they'd like to trade him to the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Switching back to golf.
Yeah,
that's what we're
sorry,
supposed to
I
be
can talk
doing.
about this all day.
We have some events we're working on for 2024.
Yes.
And a
couple of them already.
People have been asking questions like, where are you going? What are you doing? What's going on? And we've teased them, this so-and-so's coming back. This is coming back. We can share some information, including, can you believe that guy stiffed me on playing with me and chose Dan?
Yes.
It's
the
weak.
answer is yes.
It's weak. You would have done the same thing probably. Yeah, I'm on to you.
Maybe.
Yeah. Need a new co-host.
Well, but I see you all the time.
That's true.
So that would be fair.
It was a very odd decision. Just putting that out there.
Okay.
We've already announced the Quest Cup is returning.
Yep.
With Edel Golf.
Yep.
And we can say that most likely that one's going to be held at Ballyhack Golf Club.
Yes. Yeah, we're not going to definite on that yet.
Yeah, we're working on dates on that.
Yeah.
And to make sure the course is capable of holding our event at that time.
Yes.
The other one, the Budget Championship.
Mm-hmm.
We've already kind of teased on the forum.
Yeah,
where that
we
one's
did.
going.
People knew it was coming.
Yeah, that is going to most likely be held at Briggs Ranch.
Yes.
That one is not set in stone yet. It's coming back.
Right. Right. No. Location is not set in stone yet. There are a couple that are already booked.
Bag Boy Championship. Mm-hmm. Excited about that.
Yeah.
That one is going to be held at Ballyhack also.
Bag Boy is super excited
They're
about that.
so into
That's
it.
the part that's so awesome.
It is. It's always really cool when the companies really get into it. And we won't do one with companies that aren't.
No. What's the point?
It's not hard to figure out. Like if you look through our history, you'll see events we've done, and when they didn't do them the next year, it's not what people think. It's
right.
Got to have people who engage and
they want to be a part of it too.
And Shot Scope, and that one's going to be held at Hidden Creek.
Yes.
And that is going to be one of my favorite times this year. Now it's going to be on a date that's going to be tough for
it's going to be a tough date for people, definitely.
Now there's another thing we're working on that could be an absolute game changer. And we can't say what, but it involves 2 locations.
Yes, it does. It involves 2 locations. Which I know in the whole, like when you watch like CS or NCIS or any of those shows where they Law and Order, where it's like never go to a second location.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like if you're getting kidnapped or something, like never go to a second location. Or like if
I'm getting kidnapped, I don't get to choose where I'm going.
Well, I know, but they talk about, you guys know what I'm talking about. Somebody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You do.
I don't.
Okay. They talk about how you should never go to a second location.
Maybe we should ask Dan. He has all the answers.
All I'm saying is on those shows, they always say, don't ever let them take you to a second location. So
if they're taking you, you don't have
But you try to not go. I don't know.
Okay.
All I'm saying is
I'm gonna run with it.
If something happens, I'm saying I'm not going to the second location. But for this one, there's 2 locations. Can we just rewind and edit that part out?
No, it's live.
All right.
And we're working on something else that's going to be going to Arbor Links. People have asked if Arbor Links going there.
Are you going to try the place?
What place?
The sandwich place or whatever?
Runza?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Since you haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And we have announced that the Goat Cup is returning next year.
Yes.
we have not chosen a location. We will be out in California in a few weeks, and we will be discussing locations at that time.
I still think that it should always be at Ballyhack just because
I know.
it's the goats. I get it. I get it.
know.
I'm just saying.
And listen, I'm for that.
Yeah.
The one issue being, and none of the courses are really easy travel for the guys coming from Carlsbad.
Yeah. I'm getting just destroyed on my second location thing.
I don't even know what you meant.
I know what I was trying.
Sorry, kidnapper. I have one strict location policy. Like, that person's right.
Listen, I know exactly what I meant. I just couldn't articulate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Words are really hard for me.
They're really hard for both of us when we haven't slept in 3 days.
Oh my gosh, words are so hard.
But yeah, 2024 is off to a crazy start.
Yes.
We have so many exciting things to discuss, so many exciting things coming that we're looking forward to sharing with everybody. And we're going to be doing that most of the time. I'm just going to say, when we have like big news to share, it's going to happen on this show.
Yes.
And then after this show, it'll be posted on the website and forum. So we're super excited about next year.
Yeah,
we are off for a couple of weeks now.
Yes, because you're not going to be here.
Right.
And I cannot do the show myself.
There are a couple of things coming up that are, I don't know, you could talk to them about kidnapping.
Well, that's what I was going to say. If I did the show myself, we would literally just be talking about football and not going to second locations.
They'd probably enjoy. I can tell you there's at least one person listening that would enjoy me not being on the show anymore.
The person who doesn't want you to play in their group. Yeah.
He wants you to host with Dan.
Sure.
Dan's
going to jump in and be like, I'll do it. I just ramble about nonsense.
But so we have a couple things coming up next show that are going to be catastrophic. People are going to lose their mind when they hear it.
Catastrophic?
Yeah, huge.
No, I know, but that just sounds...
let it go, man. Let it go.
Whoa, man.
Oh my God. Someone kill me now. It'd be good timing. I have a lot of travel coming up. I don't really want to do it.
I have really good life insurance on you too.
That's awesome. Fantastic. If I die secretly, you guys know it was her. You can call the police.
No, it was not
absolutely
me.
her.
It was not me.
But yeah, we have really big news coming next show that we cannot wait to share with people.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
3 weeks?
2.5 weeks. We're off for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, if you're listening to this live on Wednesday or on Wednesday afternoon or anything, we have a live chat on the forum with Club Champions team.
Yes.
And jump in there, ask any question you want. Anything. The guys are going to come in and answer all of them. They do a great job. Ian and Mike are great. And we hope you enjoy that. And it's archived, so you can always go back and listen.
Exactly.
And we have a couple of weeks coming up of Off Course that if you like gear, you're not going to want to miss. Check out Dan's show. We know he has one listener already. Guy has pictures.
Wow,
of
he's
Dan.
Not bitter or anything.
No,
though.
He has pictures of Dan underneath his mattress.
Is that part of the whole pictures that they? Oh, that was a different group.
Yeah, different thing.
Jeez, Louise.
But yeah, we're excited. Off Course is great for a couple of weeks in a row. You're not going to want to miss that one. And we're back in a few weeks. So for myself and Morgan, bye everybody. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.